Alright, I'm back to show you guys the final step, which is reflashing this light on drive with the correct firmware and the correct keys and dummy and information. So what I want to do first, I want to put the drive back in the mode B. So I power on my connectivity kit, eject the drive, power off, close the drive to about right there, which is a little more than halfway closed. Power back on. Want to open Jungle Flasher back up. Like I said, with other people, they say I'm adding a few steps that don't need to be added. I tried all the others. I tried to just use the iPrep to restore my drive, but it never worked for me or whatnot. So I tinkered with it a little bit, and this is what I come up with. It may or may not work for you, but you can try it out for yourself if you can't get iPrep or Jungle Flash to work correctly for you. Now, I click on MTK Flash 32 and I notice that my drive is here. My port is DD90. Now, I want to go back to DVD key 32, so I'm going to click on it. And what I want to do, I don't want to get key, create dummy bin. I already have all that information. What I want to do is get dummy from iExtreme. So I click on dummy from iExtreme. Alright, it extracted the drive keys, which is some fake drive keys. It's 55AA, and it just keeps on repeating. And I really don't need these drive keys or the dummy or any of this information. So what I want to do is just click on cancel, because I don't need any of this information. I'm going to click cancel on the keys, inquiry, identify, and the dummy. And it asks me do I want to auto load. I'm going to click on yes again. Now, it loaded the fake keys, the 55AAs, into the source folder. What I want to do is load source firmware, so I'm going to click on this tab, load source firmware. Now I want to go back to my folder that I created earlier, which is Brick on Purpose. I'm going to click on Brick on Purpose and load up the dummy, the original dummy. Now it put the right DVD keys into the folder. Ask me if I want to auto load. I'm going to click on yes, which I know it still won't auto load. I'm going to click it anyway. Now what I want to do is load up, click on open target firmware and go find my lite-on iExtreme repack, and I want to load that into the target. Alright, now it's loaded the target as 55AA, 55AA, so on. And what I want to do right now is spoof source to target to make the keys in the source identical to the keys in the target. And I clicked on spoof source to target. And what I want to do now is save to file. So I click on save to file. I'm going to save this in the same folder as earlier, which is Brick on Purpose, lite-on custom firmware. It's one already in there. It asks me if I want to replace, so I'm going to click yes. Alright, now I'm going to go back to the MTK Flash 32 and do the lite-on erase sequence once again. But this time I want to do it correctly. I'm not trying to brick the drive. I'm just trying to put the correct information back onto the drive. And how I know that this worked for me is because when I first done it, I noticed when I first bricked the drive, it had a DVD or a little CD spinning up beside the cursor. And now with these steps that I've done, there's no longer a CD spinning next to the cursor. It's just the cursor by itself. It never has spun up on me. I've bricked several drives on purpose and restored them all. Of course, lite-on only. I believe it'll work for BenQ and Sammy, but I haven't had one to brick yet. So once I get one of them, I will try it out and let you know how it works out for me. But right now I'm ready to click on lite-on erase. Ask me if I'm 100% sure. I'm gonna click yes. Ask me to power the drive off and on in quick succession. So I'm gonna click on yes. Power off, on. Now, came up with serial flash status 72, which is exactly what I wanted. At the bottom here, if it came back with the NA, that means that it didn't register. So you want to go back up here and click on lite-on erase and do them steps again. It may not register for you again. Just make sure you never see NA at the bottom. If you do, there's a good possibility you will not put the correct information onto your drive and you will possibly brick your drive again. So make sure you don't see NA, you get a status 72. Now, everything worked out fine for me. I'm finna click on write and write to the drive. It's writing to the banks right now. It's reading the banks. And it gave me a write verified okay. Now what I usually do is just click out the jungle flasher, X out of it. What I'm gonna do right now is close my drive tray with the CK3 kit. Well, I'm gonna power it off. Manually close it. Power it on. Eject the drive. Close it back up. As you can see, it's still working properly. It didn't break this time. I have complete control over it. Now, what I want to do right now is put my drive back in the mode B and show you all that it has firmware, the new firmware 1.6 on the drive, and that it has the correct keys and all the correct information on them. What I'm going to do is put it back in mode B. So I power it on, open the drive, close the tray, which I actually do close a little more than halfway to about right there. Power it back on. Back up to my computer. Click on the jungle flash. Open it back up. Jungle flasher 1.62. Alright, I'm going to click on MTK flash 32 and it recognizes my drive once again. And now I'm going to click on DVD key 32. And once again I'm going to click on dummy for my extreme. I don't want to get the key, create dummy bin, open as source. I just want to show you all the correct firmware 1.6 and the correct keys and information. So I'm going to click on dummy for my extreme. Now, right now it's asking me to say the key, the identifier, the acquirer, all that. Again, I don't need them. I'm just trying to show you all that it has the correct firmware. So I'm going to click cancel on all of them. Do you want to auto load? I'm going to click on yes. Now, right here, it has firmware. I don't believe you can see it, but it has firmware type iExtreme version 1.6. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you can see it. This is version 1.6. It has the correct DVD key. This is not a bad key. This is the correct key. And all the other information. And this drive is restored back to working order with the new firmware 1.6. It can play your backup games and it's ready to go. So just put it back in your Xbox and test it out.